feel a bit like Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a guest, my Auntie Marion. She said that she would do a YouTube video with me today, so I'm going to ask her questions. I put up something on my Instagram and a few questions from you that you asked, and I'm going to do a makeup look, something that I would do on a day-to-day basis, and I want to try out Marion to see what it's like. But yeah, no, so we are going to ask the questions and we'll get into this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime her face with Pores Professional. I'm going to get a question now. Be ready for the questions. Okay. There is a few.
Am I going to look now 25 after this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we're going to start off. Have you broken the law before?
Have I? Well, you see, you have to. Have I broken the law and being caught, or have I broken the law and not being caught? That's the difference. So will I answer both?
Both.
I have broken the law loads of times and not being caught. And when I say that, that would be underage drinking.
Oh yeah, everyone has done that.
You as well? It's my goddaughter, people. It's my goddaughter.
You know this.
Yeah. Took a Nod lipstick when I was a kid out of a chemist. Pennies years ago, when probably half of you weren't even born. They used to have their jewellery hanging up, and we used to wear these jackets they were called kangaroo jackets. It's a bit like they zip here. We used to put a Nod pair of earrings in there and that. But that was when I was younger. But no. Yeah, well now I probably have just broke the speed limit.
Oh yeah. That's kind of basic.
Yeah,
stuff.
Boring stuff. But no, I haven't killed anybody. Tried it a few times, but I haven't killed anybody. But
and if you did, you wouldn't be saying.
I was just going to say, when I die, nobody dig up the patio at the back.
You see me with the shovel now.
They'll be like.
Okay guys, I'm just using NARS foundation. Marion loves this. It's kind of light coverage, but hopefully it match the shade of your neck though.
Don't worry about that, I'll wear a polo neck. Right, next question.
Funniest school memory.
Oh Jesus, funny. I really can't think of that.
Like were you kind of like concealer, NARS concealer I'm using. Were you kind of like a rebellious child in school? Or?
Not compared to now. No, I probably would. I would have been the class captain in the last year. I was voted class captain. I left school so early, so I don't.
You left it at 16, didn't you?
2 weeks after my 16th birthday. Yeah.
Why did you leave school when you were 16?
Because I always wanted to do hairdressing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a hairdresser, a beautician, and a manicurist. But when I was 16, which is over 40 years ago, there was nothing like colleges like they have now. When I was in school, you only done your leaving cert if you want to be a teacher or a doctor or that.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. So I went to do a hairdressing apprenticeship, and that's why I left. Okay.
And that just shows that we actually, like, if you do drop out of school, Marion's doing well for herself. You're doing so well for yourself, and you dropped out at 16.
Yes, I went back to college when I was 50
you just
though.
look up, I know you hate this, don't you?
Hate this. Does anybody else hate this? Anybody going under? My toes are curling and I'm squeezing my butt cheeks to get.
But no, do you regret dropping out at 16?
No, I hated school.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh my god, no, I hated school. I tell you, to me, school was just a fun place to be. It wasn't about learning.
Yeah. If someone was thinking of dropping out at 16 now, would you tell them to do it or no?
No, I wouldn't tell them to drop out at 16 nowadays.
No.
No.
I feel like it was a lot easier.
Well, nobody went to college in my day.
Yeah, sure, mom and dad went to college, didn't they?
Yeah, and you have to go to college to do everything nowadays. Where when I was growing up, it was just nurses, teachers, doctors, and that. I think it's harder nowadays.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the stories about my dad that he would never tell me? This is what I want to find out. Like, he was kind of a nerd though. He was watching the planes and stuff. He used to watch the planes, guys, when he was younger with Grandad, didn't he? Because Grandad worked in the airport. That is the cutest thing ever. He
was very much a loner. Very quiet. Bit nerdy. He used to write to airlines all over the world and they'd send him stuff. He'd go to cinema by himself.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
See, that actually breaks my heart. Like, Because my dad, I just cry about my dad all the time because I just get emotional. So there's never been a time where he wouldn't, like, you know, the question I asked you, is there anything like
that you wouldn't want you to know?
Yeah.
I don't really think so. I mean, he hasn't done anything. He'd walk away from trouble. Right, well, we used to live in Coolock near a lane, but he would be well able for the gangs. He'd vicious temper when he starts.
Really?
Oh
yeah, Dad does get mad.
Because we had a hatch. I used to babysit because I'm the eldest, and we had a hatch, and if I made him do something he didn't want to do, he'd freak, and I'd lock myself into the television room, and he'd climb through the hatch to get to me. And I would just spend my time laughing because he was nearly frothing at the mouth, you know. And the more I laughed, the more he went ballistic.
Yeah.
But
oh my god, if I ever... Oh, sorry, was that your hair?
That's alright, my hair's falling now, so keep going.
Whenever I, like... Because when I get nervous or whatever...
Yeah.
Or sometimes when Dad gives out to me, I don't intentionally mean to laugh, but I laugh because I'm just that type of person. And he gets so mad, he walks away.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, actually... I've started using lipstick as blush now because I use a liquid blush before I actually put on my powder blush because I got that from Madison Beer's YouTube.
Okay.
I mean her like Vogue thing, so I just use a random pinkish lipstick and I just put it on my beauty blender. Actually, I have a question on the top of my head. How did you deal with your first breakup? What was that like?
Well, I was 14 and I never kissed a guy before, and I knew this guy liked me, so we were at a house party. Yeah. And my friend was teaching me how to kiss because I knew I was going to get on the back of my hand.
Oh, for a second I was like, what?
No. And that's another question. And and we anyway clicked and all this, that and the other, but I was so ugly growing up.
Would you?
No, seriously.
There you go.
Look, can I tell you why I know? Because they bet him to go out with me. So I was in a gang at the time. And his initiation was to go out with me for a week. And if he would go out with me for a week, he could be in the gang.
That's like the movie How to Get Rid of a Guy in 10 Days.
Well, this was how to get into the gang. Yep.
Oh my
and then
God.
We ended up going out with each other for 18 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it all worked out then.
Yeah, and I knew he was told he'd have to go out with me for. I knew that, but I loved him. I liked him so much. And then when that's...
Did you love him?
Oh my God, love him. I couldn't stop. I stopped eating for a week, and I don't stop eating for anybody. I had the runs. I couldn't sleep. I had a pain in my stomach. But we split up about 10 times. Like, and we were at that age.
Was it kind of a toxic?
No.
If you were in a relationship and you kept breaking up, getting back, breaking up, do you think it's going to last?
Well, I was 14, but as you get older, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think they're always never going to last.
But the guy I met him, his nickname was Budgie.
What?
Budgie was his nickname, and I met him about 4 or 5 months ago in Coolock. I was going into Northside Shopping Centre, and his real name is Alan, but his nickname is Budgie. And when he came towards me, like, I'm 56, he's about 60 now, and I was like, well, I can't fucking call him Budgie. Like, how are you, Budgie?
Imagine if he goes by that. Do you think he's still
I couldn't remember what his real name was, so I just went, how are you? And he didn't recognise me because I had the mask on. And I had another boyfriend called Nibbles.
Nibbles?
Nibbles. Not nipples, Nibbles. So what's the next question?
That's such a weird name. If you could go back and relive one moment of your life, what would it be?
Well, this is going to be a stupid answer to a stupid question. It's a good question, I mean a stupid answer.
Yeah.
But it's the one thing I often think of. I was so self-conscious growing up. So self-conscious. Because super skinny was all in. Super skinny. Because Olivia Newton-John and Grace, super skinny was all in. I was always self-conscious about my weight, and I really wasn't big. And because I always had boobs and ass. What's all fashionable now?
Yeah, and I get my ass from Marion, thank God.
And I was mad about this guy in Malahide, and he was a mod, and he had a vest, and I was so mad about him. And but as soon as I heard he liked me, I got really shy, and that. But
That's
anyway,
kind of always the way, though, I feel like.
And I remember my 19th birthday, we were all meeting in the estuary in Malahide because we all palled around there, and he was from Malahide. And I got off the bus, and he came over to me and he handed me a card. Birthday card. I actually still think I have the card. And yeah, I couldn't understand what he wrote in it. And then we were going up the estuary in Malahide, and he says to me, "Let me give you a birthday kiss." And I said, "Get lost," because I was so embarrassed.
Yeah, and you wish you could have
yeah. Nothing ever happened between the two of us. And I went to live in London about 2 years later, and I was so in love with him still. I used to have his photograph on my locker beside my bed when I lived in London when I was 21, 22.
What?
And I never kissed him, never nothing, but I was secretly in love with him from a distance.
Yeah.
And I met him, last time I met him was 6 weeks before I got married. And he came over to me and he said, "I heard you got engaged." And I said, "Yeah." I was 23. He said, "When you getting married?" I said, "I'm getting married in 6 weeks." And that was the last time I ever seen him. Oh, I must have been in love with him for about 4 or 5 years. And he went,
you didn't even kiss him, nothing?
Never. He asked me once, and I kind of made such a fool of him for asking me. I don't think he ever asked me again.
I'm using I should have had it. I'm doing this. Oh my god, I actually never do this makeup. I look at myself. It looks like you're going out, like.
Ah, it doesn't matter. I can take it off.
You mean you're gonna keep it on because you love it so much?
Oh, sorry.
Your first time, what was it like? Or
First time for what? Drink and smoke and sex?
Yeah, sex. You know what I'm talking about. That was a question someone asked. Actually, let me rephrase this. Do you regret having it with that person?
No, because I married him.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You didn't expect that answer, did you?
No, and I don't want to know anything about it now. We're not going there, people. We're not going there. Oh my god, Marion.
I was 22.
Wow. That's actually so cute.
I was 22, and I was very, very, even though I give out the impression, I was very shy around guys. Very, very shy around guys. Oh,
I was very shy around. I was kind of I was never really shy though, was I?
No.
I've never really been shy, but like I used to be shy around boys probably in like 4th class.
No, I was so shy. I mean, I'd hyperventilate passing.
Really?
If there was a gang of guys standing at a corner and you'd be walking by them, I'd be having panic attacks in case they're going to look at me funny or that. Yeah. But yeah, so it was my husband, and I was 22, and
that's actually when no more is said.
No more has to be said about it.
We're not even getting into
and consider the fact I lived in London on my own for a year, and I met loads of guys over there. No. And trust me, it wasn't by choice. If I had it all again, I'd do it differently, people.
What era do you wish you... Actually, let me rephrase this again.
Okay.
Would you, if you were born in this, like my era, would you like it, or would you prefer the... Does that make sense?
Yes.
You get me?
Yes, I would love to be born in this era.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
Because yous are more confident. In some ways I would. Yeah. Yous are more confident, yous know your own mind, or maybe you just give the impression you do. Women are so...
We're like...
Such more to offer to women nowadays.
100%, yeah.
My body, when I was 16, would be highly fashionable now. Because I have it like JLo, so I would have had loads of boyfriends. But if you ask me what era I'd love to be born,
yeah.
1920s.
Why?
Oh,
they had
the flapper girls and all that.
I don't know who they are.
And the speakeasies, and I would have loved to live in New York. And
guys, I need to move to New York. Like, yeah, I would have loved to. The flapper girls, and the speakeasies, and yeah, I would have loved to be born in that era. When you first heard me starting YouTube, what did you think?
Good for you.
Really?
Oh, you were born to be famous in some way or another. I
wouldn't say famous now.
Well, you were born to be in front of the screen. From the moment you were born, you always wanted to pick out your own clothes and all. Yeah. You wouldn't let your mother pick out her clothes.
Never. Ever.
From the age you were 2, 3, and your mother would be rushing trying to get you to the creche, and you wouldn't put on until you picked out what you wanted.
I always had to be the one to pick, even though I could have been the ugliest thing back then. Yeah. I had to pick out my own clothes. I was just never like... I was always into fashion though. I used to walk up the hallway in my mom's heels pretending I was a Victoria's Secret model. And And mom would have to like, I'd be like, Mom, watch me, and then she'd be just...
you were probably heavier than the Victoria's Secret models are, even at 3.
100%. Did you see that there's this girl who is a size 8 or a 10, and she's like supposed to be like a bigger, like kind of a curvy model.
8 or 10?
And she'd probably be like the same size as me.
Who's your woman, Hadid, or...
Bella Hadid.
Isn't she, who's she with? A man out of...
The Weeknd. Oh, or are you talking about Hailey?
The sisters, that's with your man,
Gigi
Zayn.
Hadid, Zayn.
Yeah, oh, she's beautiful.
Stunning. Would you have started a YouTube if you were like living in this time?
No, probably no.
No?
No.
Would that not be your job? What was your dream job?
Hairdressing.
Hairdressing.
That's all I ever wanted to do, and then I went to do it, and then when I was 16, and then I was doing great, and I loved it, and then I was in the Stardust. And then when I went on fire, and then that just kind of messed with me, and I never really went back to it. Then I went to live in England, and I got a job in Marks and Spencer's in England, and I never went back to hairdressing until I was 50.
Yeah. And
then I went back to college to finish it. But then at that stage I was too old. It moved on so much. I was too old to be standing in.
Really?
Standing in a salon.
It wasn't part of your type of thing?
No, I love it. I still do, but I was just too old to be standing in a salon all the time. And
I don't know how they do it. My back would be broke. Like.
Yeah, but I went back to college, and even the teacher was younger than me. So, yeah. But I'm glad I done it. I just wanted to finish it, and
you finished
wore the gown, and I had the thing, and I was in Clontarf Castle, and I got my diploma, and then I got a tattoo.
Oh yeah, I really want to get a tattoo. Yes. Do you think I should?
Yes.
You have like 3 tattoos.
3 tattoos, yeah.
Were they very painful?
No.
I'd 100%. Mom would kill me if I got a tattoo.
Would she?
If you had to change something about your past, what would it be?
Would have loved myself more.
Yeah.
That's really it. I don't have any other regrets. No, I don't have any other regrets.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I feel like you shouldn't have really any regrets because it brings you to where you are now. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. But otherwise, no. Just probably would have loved myself more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciated what I had.
Yeah, I feel like...
Because now it's gone, people. Now it's gone.
I feel like...
It's gone downwards and outwards. When it was up and in, I didn't appreciate, and now it's down and out.
I feel like everyone's going to appreciate a lot more things now because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
Happened.
But the good thing about older is, as you get older, you care less about certain things. Things that you think are so important at the moment won't be in 10 years' time.
I know. Will we show your makeup? Do you want to be? Look, gorgeous. Close your eyes. Guys, she's fabulous. Love it. Very happy. Are you happy with the makeup?
I'm very happy, yeah. And can I go now?
Yeah.
You've no more questions for me, have you?
No, we're going to finish it off
Okay.
here. This was such a good video. I'm so... She actually wanted to be in it as well, Marion. You were the one who said it. Oh my god, we're on low battery.
We're on low battery.
Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed, and thanks so much, Marion, for coming on.
And thank you for having me, people.
But yeah, no, all my social medias are linked down below, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.